Hi, this is Jana with Bee's Knees, and today we're going to learn how to make these adorable spider Halloween lantern. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you'll want to go ahead and log into Cricut Design Space and then go to the Upload button. Go to Upload Image and browse for where you downloaded that file onto your device or your computer. Once you find it, double-click it or open it, hit Continue, and hit Upload. And here are all of our spider pieces. Now you'll notice for each one of my Halloween belly lanterns, there is a hanging one and there's a tabletop one. So I'm walking you through the hanging one because he's my favorite, but the tabletop one, it's the same assembly. It just looks a little different because I had to make some modifications to get him to sit on a tabletop. But whichever design you're working with, just follow this video and the steps will be perfect to get these guys assembled. So you'll notice everything is grouped together. You can go ahead and ungroup them if you want to change any of the colors of anything. If you do, I think it's set up for the perfect sizing, but if you do want to change the size, just make sure you move it while it's all still grouped together so everything moves together. So I'm going to put this back because I like this size. We're just going to go ahead and select Make It. You'll probably want to save your project. I'm going to make it on a mat. Now let's take a look at these pieces. So this is the headpiece. I use 65-pound to 80-pound cardstock on these, and it works perfectly. I like the 65-pound because you can get those big packs if you're in the US at Michael's. They're 8.5 by 11 and they go on sale all the time and they're affordable. So that is how I like to do my paper crafting, save as much money as possible. So if you are using those packs, you'll want to come down here and you'll want to change the size to letter. And then that sets it up to cut correctly. These pieces are also just regular cardstock, so I would use the medium cardstock setting. Now let's talk about these little pieces. These are my panel pieces, and as you can see, it's a cute spider web. It's as many spider webs are, it is intricate. So what I do is I use the intricate, for cardstock, there's an intricate cut setting. So I select that one, and then I do more pressure as well, especially if you're doing closer to the 80-pound cardstock, and that should cut it out beautifully. There are other pieces on here that don't need intricate cut, but that's fine. They can still be cut that way, and it's not a big issue. These pieces, these blue pieces, are the vellum pieces, so you will want to make sure you have vellum material or something similar. It doesn't have to be vellum if you don't have that. I've seen a lot of customers get very creative and it looks adorable with some different things that they use. But the nice thing about Cricut is they do have a vellum setting. So just go ahead and find that setting for vellum. And then let's take a look at this last piece. This pink piece is just, I cut that out of normal cardstock. So again, that is your medium cardstock setting. So let's go ahead and cut our little spider out. So once you have everything cut out, the first step to do is to make sure all of your pieces are cleaned out. So with paper, you always have these little tabs. They get stuck on, especially with these intricate cuts. So go ahead and just push those out. I like to push them out and pull them from the back. That way, if the paper does tear a little bit, you can't see it because it tears from the back. Okay, now that we have all of our pieces cut out and cleaned up, we can go ahead and start assembling. So for our first step, we want to take these panels. They are what slots into the side of the lantern. And we want to go ahead and glue the cut out vellum pieces to the back. So make sure they're starting out facing the right direction or the same direction. Doesn't really matter what direction they face. Flip them over. And then go ahead and line the panel edge. And you want to stick close to the edge because the vellum is made so it doesn't overhang. And then if you want to, you can put a couple little dabs on the spiders and some of the spider webs. And then go ahead and place your vellum piece on. And then you have your panel. So go ahead and do that with the rest of the panels. Okay, now that we have all of our panels with the vellum pieces glued on, go ahead and set those aside. Now next, we are going to want to glue our spider's cute little face together. So we're gonna start with the back layer, which is the pink, and then we're gonna put the white on top of that. Just make sure before you glue on that these are all flipped in the right direction, because for example, if this is like that, you can see that it doesn't line up and you're gonna have a kind of sick looking spider. So just make sure everything lines up perfectly before you go ahead and start gluing them together. So first we're gonna glue the white to the pink, flip the white upside down once you know which direction it goes in, and then just go ahead and glue him on. Make sure he's all lined up. And then you're gonna wanna take the black top, go ahead and turn that upside down, put some glue on, and glue him on. Okay, we have our cute little face. Now we want to take our spider and we want to glue the face onto the spider, and his face goes with the mouth facing down, not up, otherwise he looks like he's free falling. So go ahead and glue the back. And then just line his face up on this side. Perfect, there is our cute spider. So what we wanna do next is we wanna get these pieces out. And the next piece to be put together is this one right here. It has a notch in the top and the bottom on each top and bottom. So what you'll do is you'll take your spider and you'll just slide it in, and this is a perfect circle, so it doesn't matter which side is the top and bottom, they're both the same. So you'll slide him in, and then what you wanna do is I kinda just laid that flat against the spider because I wanna show these notches, because I'm gonna take this guy with the notches at the top and at the bottom, and I am just going to slide him right in, and the order you put these in does matter. Perfect. So we have his belly together. Now what we need to do is we need to stabilize it. So I have these two circles, and they're both identical, so it doesn't matter which one you start with, and you can start at the top or the bottom. For some reason, I always prefer starting at the bottom, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then you're gonna take this and you are just going to slot it right in. So there are notches here in the lantern, and then there are slots in the circle. So those are gonna meet up, those are gonna slide in. You just have to work your way around. You might need to bend the paper a little bit to get it to go in. Just don't crease it and don't tear it. And then you'll see, like right there, it's not quite in yet. So you just need to go through, make sure each one is in and each one is secure so it holds it tight. So he's good. Now we're gonna take our next circle, and this will be even easier because his pieces are kind of held in place already with the bottom. But you're just gonna go ahead and you're going to work your next one, your next circle around the top to hold everything into place. And again, be careful that you don't tear or crease anything. Super cute. He looks great already. Now for the last part, and this is really easy, we are going to take those panels that we glued the vellum onto the back of, and you just slot it in. There's a slot at the top and the bottom, and just go ahead and put those in, working your way around the lantern. Look at how cute our little spider is, and he will be hanging from a string. So he's good, but he is missing one thing. We need to light this little guy up. So I'm here with the lights turned down to walk you through some of my favorite options for tea lights for these guys. The first option is this tea light. It's your typical battery operated tea light. What I like about this is it has that like traditional yellow glow to it. We just slide it right in there. And it gives you kind of a spooky, old school Halloween vibe. Next option is this little guy. So it's a little bulb. What I like about these, they come 40 in a pack. It's fairly affordable. I'll link all these light options below in the description below the video. And it's really small, so if you're hanging the spider, which the hanging spider is my favorite spider, it doesn't weigh it down very much because it is so lightweight and tiny. So if you're having a party and you have a whole bunch of these, this is a good economical option. And it has more of a white blue light glow than the other one. Now this last light is my favorite. It changes, it's color changing. So once you slide it in there, you can let it go through the colors, or you can change it to whatever particular color you're in the mood for that night. And my favorite thing about this one is it comes with a remote. So this is how you change the colors, and you can do fade, strobe, flash, lots of different options. But what I like the best about the remote is you can just turn it on and off. So you do not have to open this, especially if you have him hanging. You put it in once. When you want him on at night, turn it on. When you're done, turn it off. My personal favorite is the red one with him. But choose whichever one works best for you. I hope you enjoyed putting this little guy together. Have a very happy Halloween.